Hey tankers, Banzi Duck here. So, had a few days to calm down, to come off the ledge and step away from the ledge, Banzi, and calm down about the 1.20.1 common test stuff. And honestly, the a lot of this stuff I really don't have much issue with. I think to be honest with you, we'll hit the first elephant in the room. That's the crew perks. I think there's some good stuff in there, but I think it's just a total. It's better than what they've had in the past, what they've presented in the past, but it still needs some work. And I think this is going to cause a lot of heartburn for people because, most everybody says, hey, I'm not going to go out and fix all my 500 crew right off the bat, blah, blah, blah. But you're going to end up doing that, right? And you can't do that with just 12 without costing you some gold, right? And that's a monetization. So, okay, because really, at the end of the day, this is all about monetization, right? Everything monetizes. Everything, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, blah blah blah. It's all monetized. And honestly, I'm surprised wargaming hasn't taken this Watt Plus route sooner. I'm surprised it wasn't that way from the get go. What there are certain aspects that come into play here that I think need to be considered. All right. Now the crew, back to the crew perks go. That's something I think they need to rework. That they need to figure out what they're going to do, and they're in the mode of, oh shit, what did we say, and we pissed everybody off. Maybe they're not. Maybe they don't care. And that, if they don't care, then shame on them. But that is something that has really sparked a lot of ire in people and really pissed off a lot of people. And I think they need to adjust that. The recon mission, Japanese TDs, the onslaught, the battle pass collection, the slots in the garage, whatever. Now you get into what I was upset about, and that was the Watt Plus, right? And I don't know why I got upset about that, to be honest with you. Because when I relaxed and went back and looked at it, it was like, okay. And I've had some time to kind of play with it in my head and go, okay, this is what upset me. So now it's not that at the time when I made that video, I wasn't sure what I was upset about, but I've had time to think about it, and this is kind of what upsets me. So in World of Tanks, you have the free to play, or as I like to call, the free to struggle player. You have the premium player. Okay. And now they've added a third area, the premium Watt Plus player. So we've got the free to struggle, the premium, which soon will be premium struggle, and the premium Watt Plus player. Now, what does that do? Well, you have people who are just purists who are going to be the free to play purist. I'm going to play this game because it's free and that's what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to play it. Not going to spend any money. We've all seen the CCs who have their free to play account and blah blah blah. Okay, then you have the premium, which is us right now. Right, we're considered the whales. We have the premium. We have the gold, blah blah blah, and then we have the premium struggling players who maybe don't have the disposable income to do this. I know a couple of those players, and I've gotten to be good friends with them over the years, and maybe I've helped them out by buying them 30 days of premium every now and then because I hate to see them struggling because they don't have it in their budget to do it. And I think that's where the Watt Plus starts making a big divide, and that bothers me. I hate to see that, because if I have this, I may have the disposable income. I may be okay in where I'm at that I can do this. I haven't made the decision yet. There are a lot of good things. Well, not a lot of good things, but there are some good things about the Watt Plus. Namely the free unmounting of equipment. By God, that is a huge thing to me because nothing pisses me off more than the way that Equipment 2.0 was rolled out and having to pay all this goal, all this money, credits, whatever, But that really irked me. But at the end of the day, if World of Tanks were to disappear tomorrow, what could I do? Nothing. I can't. The money I've spent is gone. It is gone. I'm never going to get it back. I'm never going to see anything for it except for the return that I get to log into the game and play my Pixel Tank game. That's it. That's the return on my investment. So again, goes to the fact that I'm surprised that World of Tanks wasn't subscription based years ago. And I think honestly it's a smart move in a business sense for World of Tanks, for wargaming, because they currently have to rely upon us wanting to buy the tanks, constantly selling premium tanks. And for guys like me who have all the premium tanks, they're not getting anything. I spend a chunk of change once a year at the Christmas season. I buy the boxes, I set up my gold, I get my gold and my premium time, and I'm good for the year. And I generally don't have to go back. They had the marathon-based premium releases for new releases, which they seem to have taken that away with the new Chinese premium or Japanese premium TD. They put that behind a paywall, and I didn't go for that. But does that mean that if Watt Plus goes into effect, that the Japanese premium will come in via that direction? That's something to think about, because they're bringing in this premium with Watt Plus. You can never put that premium in the premium shop. You can never sell that to the average player. You can't, because you've dedicated it to Watt Plus. So I mean, there's some things I think, based upon the way they're rolling this out, that it could lead you down the path to say, okay, well, all future new premiums have to be Watt Plus premiums. Something to think about, and that's something you got to take into your thought process, right? Then you have is the price going to go up? Because the price always goes up. It always goes up. Tanks have gotten more expensive every year, right? It always goes up. Do you get new improved commanders or new? There's always going to be something to help them improve the price point of this. So they're right now they figured out a good base where they want to start out, and that if you take that $10 a month and you just add it across all the players that I was able to find in the Watt statistics, how many players on per group, the NA server, the EU server. I didn't count Russia because we're supposed to be separate from Russia. Another case in point for later discussion. But if you take the NA and the EU, and you add up all the players that what Watt Life says are on the servers, that's a good chunk of change on a yearly monthly basis that Wargaming is getting. Now, I've heard tell that they made $1.1 billion last year. Maybe so. I don't know. But this is a revenue stream that they're bringing in, and it's a constant revenue stream. And I fully understand that. As a company, we want to play a tank game against other players throughout the world, basically, and that takes infrastructure. It takes money to make that happen, and so they deserve a return on their investment. I'm all for it. I'm not all for the we're going to charge you $800 for penicillin or insulin because you're a diabetic just because we can. That type of monetization, I'm not for that. I'm for you making a reasonable return on your investment. But that's I see that as the way it's going. So in order to do that, because eventually it's not going to be just $10, it's going to be $11 or $12. But what do you get for that? Well, you can't keep it here. We're just these 5 things, I think, is what they're giving you. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 things. You can't keep it at that. You gotta increase it somehow. So do you increase it by saying now you'll get basically rentals? I understand that, but basically all of our premium tanks and tree tanks are rentals anyway. But you'll get the new premium as a rental. You'll get that. You can play as long as you keep your subscription, just like the TS54. We're going to keep doing that. And eventually you suck over these people that are stuck in the premium section, the tier 2 people. You may never get the free to struggles to make the jump. You'll get some of them because they're just tired of beating their head against a wall. But you start sucking these people over here in the premium section, the tier 2, into the tier 3, and now you've grown because now, okay, yeah, I bought all these premiums, but now I can't get the new premium unless I get the WAP Plus, and it's a vicious cycle, but it's going to happen. But honestly, that's the way the game's going to go. That's the way a lot of things. That's the way everything's going, right? Everything is subscription based. I swear to God, you know. But it is. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you're like me and you use PayPal to make your purchases through Wargaming, so that you're not actually giving them a credit card, you have some layer of protection there. Cool. But if you're giving them a credit card and you're doing this, the subscription based, if it's a monthly charge and they have your banking information, you got to really be concerned about that. I'm sorry to say that, but you do in today's world. All right, I've done work for companies that have been hit by ransom, where they've lost their data, stuff like that, and cleaning up from that mess is a nightmare. All right, but the impact on the average Joe when a company gets hacked or ransomed or whatever, that's hard. And then you look at what's going on with the TikTok thing and the government losing its fucking mind over TikTok. But if Wargaming still has ties to Russia, what does that entail? Because aren't we sanctioning them right now? So, I mean, how does that work? And so, my first suggestion is use PayPal, so you have that layer of protection in case something does happen and your account, and all of a sudden somebody reaches in and grabs all your money. That would be bad. Don't use a debit card. Use a credit card, use a gift card, use some layer of protection. The other thing I would like to see is in this WAP Plus is that they make it not a monthly. 3 months. Buy 3 months. Subscribe for 3 months. Subscribe for 6 months. Subscribe for a year. Kind of like they do with the WAP Premium now. I think the top layer, the 360, the 180, the 90. If you do it that way, I think that's another protection. And then what do you do about people who don't? These zero accounts. I have an account over in the EU that's got gold and stuff and premium time in it. Well, probably not premium time anymore because that just burns up whether you play the game or not. But what do you do about the debt accounts? You have to clean those out. You got to start cleaning those out. So there's a lot of things that I think that this WAP Plus starts really bringing into play. But that's not for me to make the decision of because I'm not being asked by Wargaming to figure this out. The ability to move my equipment for free, great. I'll sell all my regular equipment. I'll move my bond equipment from tank to tank to tank. Somebody will build a mod and do it for me, and I'll be a happy camper. That right there might make the $9 a month worthwhile. I'm not so sure about the TS-54, but I'm sure I'll play it. The intensive crew regimen, yeah, okay, yeah. Excluding of maps, yeah. If you made it where I exclude that one map for all modes, I'd really find that. The gold reserve, yeah, that's good because now I can build up gold that eventually when my premium time runs out, I can just start purchasing premium time with gold. All right, so there's a lot of pluses to the WAP Plus. I admit, contrary to what I originally thought or was saying there is. But it still brings out the fact that it creates a 3-tiered system of player in the game. And that I have, because some of my friends on World of Tanks may not have that ability to be in the tier that I can be in. Now, I got to sell the Mrs. Duck on this and say, hey, are you okay with me doing this? But we have subscriptions in our household. All of our TV is streamed, so Hulu subscription, so on and so forth, right? And you do too. You it might be under the guise of Spectrum, but that's a subscription based cable internet, right? We all do it. Nobody's watching free TV on their rabbit ears anymore. So you're all in it somehow, right? We subscribe to Twitch to watch our favorite streamers. We're all in it somewhere. So once I sat back and I thought about it, I was like, I really can't get too pissy about this. But I've watched all the streamers, I've watched all the CCs and all the rants and raves about this. Not a lot of raves, a lot more rants. I don't think it's the end of times. I think my biggest thing about this update is that they've put too much out too soon, and the presentation of it, the implementation of it, could turn around and bite them in the ass. And that wargaming is synonymous for that. Synonymous for that. Doing something and then going, shit, what did we do? But I think this is just another one. They're going to do it. They're going to do it, and it's just going to blow up in their face, and they're going to turn around, try and fix it. But once you implement these things, you set doors that you as a company cannot backtrack on, I think. And if you do backtrack, you should, that's a major problem. If that TS-54 comes for sale in the premium shop, you have just screwed all your Watt Plus players. Why would they do it? Maybe they do it. Maybe you got people who would do it just for the free moving of equipment. I don't know. But you give me a year or so of Watt Plus and moving around bond equipment, and I'll have bond equipment in the tanks that I normally play, and then I won't be moving equipment around. I'll be a happy camper. I'll go back to using normal equipment. I'll have the credit reserve to take care of it. So in that aspect, that's good. The crew perk system, like I said, that needs to be reworked. They're setting themselves up for a massive heartburn on this. They either care or they don't care. We'll find out as soon as this thing rolls along on how many retraining kits they give us, or if they give us the ability to test this stuff for a year, 6 months, nine months, whatever, before they start charging you gold to retrain your crew. Anyway, that was kind of it. I want to apologize if I seemed ranting in my first video about this. I kind of snapped off on that one. It hit me wrong, and I snapped off, and I didn't mean to do this as clickbait or anything, and I don't get that many clicks for it to be clickbait anyway. But I have stepped back from the ledge. I have taken a deep breath. I've put my pitchfork down. I still have it in my hand, but it's not up in the air. But that's it. So anyway, that's my update. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you don't like the video, hit the don't like button. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. This is Banzi Duck out.